Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers, excuse me, to your reading for this week. So we have a couple of cards out for you and your person, and then of course we'll pull more as we go. But it just felt like there was quite a bit coming through with these three. So you have the hummingbird here, and your person has the earthworm and the unicorn. The first thing I felt is like your person's tired. They seem to feel like worn out, almost kind of like just beat down by the grind, which of course we all kind of get to that place, right? But I feel like there seems to be something here where it's almost like they may act, this might sound strange, they may act like they're empty inside, but I feel like there's actually something that's really magical about them. It's like they may act like they've lost their magic or lost some of it, lost their zest. But I feel like they do certain things that betray them. It's like the magic that's kind of inside them. It's like it kind of shoots out of them like, almost like a star. Hold on. But they may be acting like that's not the case. I feel like sometimes it's hard for them to see that about themselves. I feel like, sometimes when you're in a relationship with someone for a long time, and when you met them, you felt that they were like, the best thing since baked bread. And then you've been around them for a while and they kind of seem to, it's like you become used to it. I feel like that's this person, but about themselves. I feel like there's certain things that they know that are really magical about themselves, but they don't want to admit it. They don't want to look at it. I feel like this person's been let down by a lot of people. And it's almost like they feel that if they allow themselves to truly enjoy this excitement that they're feeling, that it's like it's just going to be, it's like they seem to have it in their head that like it's just going to be another thing that leaves. It's kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's really magical. Or yeah, okay, that's really, you know what I mean? And I feel like that attitude in them, it's like it's this last little bit that's holding on for dear life, because I feel like it's being overtaken by something in them that's like that. I know this might sound corny, but like that's really kind of shiny and bright and cheery. It's almost like they don't want to let go of something. I feel like they've been really let down and really hurt in the past, and I feel like it's taken a lot out of them to get to where they are. And it's almost like they don't want to let go of that energy, because if they do, they don't want to turn around and expect life to be happy again and kind of get, kicked in the face like they did before. Obviously, figuratively speaking, right? And so it's almost like they don't want to let go of that kind of like downtrodden feeling, because they seem to feel like it's been what's pushed them forward. I feel like they're looking at you like, how the heck do you do all of that? How do you do all of that and still seem so happy? I almost feel like this person may kind of stare at you, and when you turn around, or it's like when you see that they're staring at you and you both know that they are, they don't care. Some people, when they're staring at you and you turn around and they'll pretend that they were, doing something else. This person, they don't care. They don't care. They're just going to watch what you're doing, and that's what they're going to do. And it's like I feel like there's nothing in them that feels ashamed of it. And unfortunately, it actually seems to be coming from this place of expecting things to fall apart. So it's kind of like, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want because who cares anyway? So let's get into it. I think we're going to do you first here, Aquarius. What do you know about this person? We have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they're like kind of just barely in your energy, if at all. We have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. And then Two of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. I'm going to be honest, Aquarius. I feel like this person seems like they're a lot of work to you. That doesn't mean that they are. It's not to knock this person. It just feels like you're not interested in like sitting around waiting for someone to like hem and haw and twiddle their thumbs and decide what they're going to do. There is something that's drawing you in about this person. It's like, it's almost like this kind of like downtrodden energy that seems like it would be a lot of work. It's like knowing what you know about this person, you kind of don't expect anything. Like it makes sense for what they've been through. And that's not to say other people haven't been through things, so on and so forth, okay? But it just feels like it kind of makes sense. I feel like there's this other energy that like if this person isn't going to, like if they're not going to come to you with it, if they're not going to do anything about it, then like, okay. I feel like there's a little bit of annoyance coming from you. It's almost like it's become not quite a cat and mouse game, but it feels like it's become some sort of not even like a tete-a-tete. I feel like to you, it's become something that like you're keeping an eye on, not focused on it, but it's like you kind of want to see how the situation with this person is going to play out, but you're not attached to it, if that makes sense. I do kind of feel like if this person doesn't get their shiz together, that you're going to be off in a different direction real quick. It's almost like if there's something supposed to happen here between the two of you, I feel like it's almost this energy of you're looking at it like, how do I say this? If this person wants something, great. But if they don't, you're on your way. You know what I mean? Like you're not just going to sit around and wait for something to happen and wait for this person or wait, right? Like that's not going to happen. Hold on. Nope, sorry. No, I'm being very indecisive. Can I get one on this Wheel of Fortune, please? So we have the Hierophant. I feel like you believe that energy of like pushing through and not waiting around, that it's, you see that as something that's a strength about you, right? That you don't let things hold you back. You don't let things pin you down, that sort of thing. But there's something here about this person that seems to make you feel a little bit iffy about it. It's almost like hold on for a second. Can we get one on this Nine of Swords, please? So we have the Chariot. It kind of feels like you're wrestling with your opinion about this person, right? It's like part of you feels like they should pull themselves up by their bootstraps or whatever that saying is. And they should just keep going and they should kind of push through things the way that you do. But it's like, but then you think about it and it's kind of like, yeah, well, but it's almost like when you think that and then you think about it, I feel like you know that they've already actually pushed through quite a bit. You know what I mean? And it's the energy of like, this person has pushed through quite a bit and it's like they haven't stopped, but it's slowed them down. You know what I mean? It's like they're trying to walk upstream And it's almost like, and they're, I want to say like, it seems like they're through the worst of it, but they're still, and it's like maybe they were kind of like up to their chest and they had to walk really slow because they were walking against the current in water, submerged practically. And it's like, maybe now the water is just kind of around their knees or their ankles or something, but they're so friggin' tired. They're so worn down. They're so kind of like, it's like they just want to go off to the side, like off to, um, like a bank on the riverbank sort of thing. It's like they just want to go over there and lie down, but they actually seem to be hell bent and determined on getting to a certain place before they rest. I feel like that kind of thing is what keeps you somehow like interested in the situation or keeping an eye on it somehow. Hold on for a second. Okay, let's get into this person. Before I flip this card, I feel like this person knows a lot more than they're letting on. It's almost like they may know a lot more, and it's not like they're keeping it a secret. I feel like they just don't talk about it. I feel like this is somebody that part of their exhaustion is coming from feeling like they're a mirror to other people. Not in like, not in a negative way, but I feel like there's somebody that it's like if there's something that someone doesn't like about themselves, it's like this person seems to be the one that helps people learn about themselves, but that isn't reciprocated. And I feel like it's been unreciprocated, if that's the right word, for so long and so many times that it's almost like even if it was, they wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. I'm reminded of this meme where it's like sometimes it, a friend sent it to me. Sometimes it be like that, and even when it isn't like that, you're so used to it being that way that you can't. I can't remember the saying, but the gist of it is this person is so used to just having to do things on their own and not ever kind of wavering, not ever looking to the side, not ever expecting anyone to help, that it's like even if someone tried to help them, they'd just be like, no, I'm fine. You know what I mean? It's like if you would offer your hand to them to help them out of the river so they could come over to the riverbank and rest, you'd be like, they would just be like, I just gotta get over there. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. They, I feel like they know that it's really wearing them down. But they seem to have this like vision. It feels like there's this energy of like they feel like if they get to a certain place, this is what it feels like. They feel like when they get to a certain place, they're going to be able to rest. But it's like, but then when they think about getting to that place, then they think like, well, when I'm there, I got to then go to the second place. I got to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And I feel like that may be part of, it feels like they're pushing a boulder up a hill, man. It really does. We have the 9 of Cups reversed. This person seems to feel really drained. And I feel like it almost feels like they might be like dealing with a bit of depression. It's that energy where it's like they feel like they don't get enjoyment out of things anymore, right? It's like if people call them or wake them up in the morning or this or that, like call them, waking them up in the morning, it's like it just feels like this person feels like they don't have anyone they can relate to. And I feel like they are, to a certain extent, longing for it. Hold on for a second. And I feel like it's almost like they do feel, they felt or feel seen by you somehow. but they seem to feel like it's a done deal. It's ruined. It's kind of like, oh, they're just gonna, maybe they're gonna kind of stare and watch you from afar, but it doesn't really feel like they're gonna do anything about it. Like they're definitely not fulfilled in what they're doing, but it's almost like the energy of someone that's like, oh, I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about being fulfilled later. I gotta work right now. The Seven of Wands. Sorry, I just hit the mic. I hope that wasn't too loud. I feel like they think about themselves in like past tense. It's like this is how they used to see themselves, and this is how they see themselves now. You know what I mean? They used to be really powerful and dynamic and kind of ready to take on the world, and now like it's like they've been walking in the rain too long. And and like maybe at one point they tried not to get too wet out in the rain, but it's like they've been walking out there for so long that like, well, who cares anymore? Kind of sad. They miss, oh wow, this is gonna be, it's a very challenging feeling that they're in right now. It's like they miss that part of themselves. They miss feeling that way. They miss feeling like themselves. And it's almost this energy of like, if they did allow themselves to look up and see around them, see the progress that they've made, it's almost like they feel like they would just fall apart. Like they would stop putting one foot in front of the other. Because then they would feel like they've done enough, but they know at the end of the day that they haven't, that they have to keep going. I hope this is making sense. What can Aquarius expect? So we have the Magician here. Like all of a sudden someone else has entered the picture. Hold on for a second. We're just going to get a couple more cards. Can we get one for... on Aquarius's person's side. Okay, so I feel like this person's going to kind of have, they're going to have somebody come in that's, I feel like they're going to kind of be a champion for this person. It feels like it's someone that's like going to have their back. I feel like it's someone that, hold on for a second. It doesn't mean that it's a third party and like, you know what I mean? That type of a third party. But it feels like there's somebody here that's going to come in and kind of pave the way for this person, make their life a little bit easier somehow. I feel like whatever this person does for them, it makes them feel like they can rest. It's almost like maybe this person, entity, whatever it is, isn't pushing anything forward, but it's like whoever that is it they can at least hold down the fort while this person goes to rest. It's almost like they know that this person wouldn't drop the ball because it would affect how this person feels about themselves. They do seem to trust this person, at least to that extent. But it's like they know that or at least your person knows that they can't lean on them forever, but it's like it would be nice to stop and rest for a second. It feels to you that if you end up, kind of seeing that, it's like part of it feels like it's a relief, and the other part of it, it's almost like when you see the temporary nature of it, it feels like it's not fair. On your end here, Aquarius, I feel like something else is coming in for you. Maybe it's already here. It feels like it's something that really kind of lights you up. It's like whoever, whatever this is, it feels like it lifts the whole mood of the reading. It feels like it's more of what you want than this person. Remember how the cards were saying at the beginning that like they kind of feel like they're a lot of work? This person doesn't feel that way. It feels like they're coming from like a really balanced, doesn't mean that they have everything that they want, right? But it feels like this person is coming from a much more balanced, kind of steady energy. I don't know if this is making sense. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm connecting well, so I'm sorry if I'm not. I feel like this person is somebody that you do like really develop feelings for, and you go you grow quite attached to this person. There we go. And there's really something there. But I feel like whenever you think about this person, it's like something tugs on your heartstrings about them. It always makes you feel bad. Why? It's almost like you might know that this person kind of got they were dealt a really crap hand. And it definitely feels like it's unfair. But it kind of feels like you would be stupid to pass up on whatever this is. And that's not the cards telling you. Well, I mean, obviously it is, but it feels more like that's how you see it. That's how like everybody sees it. Okay, can we get some advice? Because what the heck? Hold on, we're not going to use that one. Can we get some advice for Aquarius? Advice. Six of Wands. Oh, for a second here. I feel like there's a message here to go with the choice that makes you feel free, not the one you feel bound to. I feel like you know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like I understand that you have a lot of compassion for this person, but it's like you have to ask yourself, like, what would it do to you to be with them? I'm kind of getting this energy where it's like you feel like this is the person that you want, but you know that they're not good for you. I feel like you know that. There just seems to be a little bit of like an inner struggle, inner wrestling to make the decision that would make your life easier. With this other person, I feel like you know that it's better with this person. It feels like it just is going to take you a hot minute to get to that decision. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. I know it's getting a bit long. I love you guys. Thank you so much if you have stayed to the end of the reading. I appreciate you. I do apologize that I haven't been uploading every week. Just exams, kids, life, all those good things. Anyway, I will be having some January 2024 love readings coming out and hoping to get some singles new love reads out as well. So please keep an eye out for those if you are so inclined, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.